We are proud that we are on the point of introducing to you a new series of videos that reflects aspects of the research that we do at Metaphysical Ecology. Research is, of course, a major pillar of the work in metaphysical ecology. Without research, there would be no new information, and because we are studying subtle energies and subtle worlds and subtle beings, research is essential, and of course also the sharing of that we do in many different ways, amongst others through this series. Sedona has been considered as sacred by many indigenous people, and we fully understand that once we started to do our research in this area. Actually, what we found is that the sacredness started from the very beginning, that human consciousness was induced into Mother Earth. When the first souls were invited to become co-creators, their consciousness, which we now call human consciousness, had to be induced into this world, and that happened at the place of which you see the picture here. The bottle is standing at the center of that induction point. So, to our opinion, over the million years, Sedona remained to be sacred, and up until today, it still is. The first phase of research on the subtle energies, especially on the subtle energies of Mother Earth, was to understand the different Earth energies, the different vortexes, the different grids, and the different fields. And they all are subtle energies. And they are so important to understand the world in which we live that we gave that priority, and it resulted into this book called Gifts of Mother Earth that is summarizing those energies. And they form the foundation of a lot of the work that we are doing now. And we believe that these informations about the different energies are essential for any study of the world in which we live. So with a better understanding of the different earth energies, we started to look at the many sites that people have used in the past. And this picture shows a ruin of the Pueblo people who lived in the southwest of the United States and farther south. Understanding the energies and what energies they used can help us to understand better the way we have to look at our world, the way that we can use the different energies. It's a way of living more in harmony with that. And these simple structures tell huge stories that can help us in the way we function and the way we understand the world in which we live. When we studied these different sites, what we learned is that they always used a vortex and a portal. They just didn't build their structures somewhere. No, they always used these energies to support whatever they were doing at that particular site. Whether that is deeper connection with the mother, whether it is getting insight in what to do in their community, like a kind of a vision quest. The energies that were present were supporting all these processes. And for us, it was a way to deeper connect with the use of the different energies of Mother Earth. The type of vortex that most of these ruins were on was a chakra vortex. Obviously, for them, chakra energies were very, very important, and they knew in one way or another how to find them. And that led to the study of the vortexes, the chakra vortexes, more in depth, leading ultimately to the understanding that there are 144 different chakra energies. And we understood that through the study of the different chakra vortexes, of which you see here an example. In this case, a sixth chakra or a brow chakra vortex. Studying the different sites and the chakra vortexes showed us that the people in the past used the different chakra vortexes to create what is called a landscape temple. And a landscape temple, of which you see here an example in the Sedona area, is actually the different chakras, and the number is depending on the insight that people at that time had about the number of chakras that were existing. And they connected them energetically by making structures on each of those different places, these chakra vortexes. And due to the connections and the activation of those points, they were more intense than the other chakra vortexes, and that's how you can recognize them and ultimately find the lines, understanding the different portals and the different energies that were connected with it. So this was for us a very important discovery, and we did a lot of work with the different landscape temples. This picture is showing you the seventh chakra, the top one of the previous slide. And this point was very interesting because the more we studied it, the more we understood that it's more complex. There are so many other things, especially connected with this point, that were used over time by different peoples in different ways, that the systems actually were more complex than we initially thought. At the same time, it tells us how people were using the different energies over time. A fascinating, deeper understanding of not only our history as humans, but also about the importance of the energies of the Mother. And while studying the different ruins, we also came across pictographs that, like the ones that you see here. And all these places also were at a site where there was either a vortex or a portal or both. Nothing in the past was done by accident, not in the way we build. No, that was always done in relationship to the energies of the Mother, supporting the stories, or that's what they wanted to express. And we still have a lot to learn about that. The purpose of this introduction is not to give you a full overview of all the research we have done. It's just to give you a little bit of a taste of what we are doing, because the research, of course, is still continuing. And what we do is still based on this deeper understanding of Earth energies and what they mean and how to apply them in a deeper understanding of the world in which we live. It's not only helping us to understand the past, it helps us to understand the potential and helps us to understand what we can do for the future to create a world that is far more in harmony and respects every living being that lives on Mother Earth. So what we want to share with you in this series is information about how we gather information, sometimes to share something that you don't find in articles or books or otherwise, and sometimes it is just nice to share what we are doing and how we are doing it in general. So if you're interested, please keep following these different presentations, videos that we are going to share with you, and I'm sure you will enjoy this series. And as always, if you don't want to miss any of the future videos and clips, please subscribe. And if you want to know more about our work, not only by listening to it, but also by reading, these are the websites that you can use for more information.